So I'm in a phase of teeny tiny experiments right now, and I thought I would fill you in on what they are. So I am about 9 or 10 weeks post-op from hysterectomy and endometriosis excision surgery. So it's a major surgery for anyone. I'm not yet at the point where even completely healthy people would be fully recovered. They say the stamina is the last to return and it takes about 3 months. So I have no idea what the next few months are going to look like. I went into surgery knowing nothing really of what would happen, because the last 18 months have been so bad and I was struggling so much and my life was just shrinking. Like my capacity was shrinking just constantly over the 18 months. And it's really interesting because I started quetiapine in the middle of last year, so I've never actually known what it is like never ever in my life known what it is like to have any kind of quality of sleep, to get any amount of deep sleep or REM sleep that's considered normal. So I've never experienced that outside of the whole endometriosis getting worse situation. We're in a completely new world here. What's it going to be like with no endometriosis, no periods, no heavy blood loss, and sleeping? Hopefully phenomenal. It has been disappointing with the orthostatic intolerance playing up, but we're working on it. I'm trying to decide what the best way to increase my ability is. So I am doing 8,000 or 9,000 steps a day, but it's very like trying to keep my heart rate low. But it's actually really interesting because my heart rate is going too high just so much. It looks like I'm exercising a lot when I'm not. But my two very gentle experiments to help me with fatigue, which is the main thing at the moment that I'm working on, because at this point in time there's not much I can do for the trigger points in my neck except the fatigue. Stress management, getting as much sleep as possible, and fatigue management is the best tools I've got going at the moment for the neck. So I'm trying this plain liquid electrolyte. It is literally just sodium, potassium, magnesium chloride. And so I'm trying this in liquids multiple times a day just to try and keep my electrolytes up, because that's a really important thing to do. And I do feel it's helpful because I do feel dehydrated quite a lot. I have to drink little bits of water quite often, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm trying iodine drops. I've never actually tried iodine before, but it's meant to support your thyroid function and energy levels, and often research comes back to that. Over and over it comes back to the thyroid, but the thing is that I have very borderline results, and here in New Zealand they won't do anything about it, whereas Dr. Teitelbaum would look at the symptoms and the results and then try low dose treatments of things to support the thyroid, because often that can be helpful. Because what I'm finding is that my body is a bit sensitive, so I will respond a little more quickly to things. So I mean, we found this with my iron levels. They were too low for too long, but they were normal, so people didn't do anything about it. Turns out it's a very large range of normal, and the bottom of normal is not a good place to be. But I thought I'll try that. So that's my teeny tiny experiments right now. So I'm trying to give myself grace, which is hard to do because I really had built it up in my head, right? Finally, if I get rid of the endometriosis and the heavy, painful, awful periods that were taking over my whole life, of course my life has to change, right? Everything will be better. And it is better, but my functionality is not really going up yet. And yes, you've got the people who are like, it's not been that long, and the people who are like, why aren't you automatically perfect now that you've had your operation? So it gets hard for me stuck in the middle, but I'm working on balancing, doing my pacing, making the most of like the situation that I'm in, and trying to just do the best I can and trying to work on that fatigue. I feel like although I sleep really well sometimes I don't, and so it's finicky. So there's no resilience there, and still one bad night will take me down. Yesterday night I had a particularly bad sleep, very little deep and REM sleep, like really little, and so yesterday morning was a very difficult morning. I did not feel that well, and so as a result yesterday was a very long day, and that contributed to a lot more pain in the evening. So the resilience is not there, but I'm looking forward to it and I'm excited. So I'll let you know how it goes, and you tell me if you are in the middle of any little experiments right now.